What's up, guys? Jez here from Whiskefy, and welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV, your favourite weekly whiskey TV show, where we make episodes every week, and you guys will probably never watch them because I don't release them on time, is what sounds like is happening. So I'm hearing fuck Jez, which I'm all for, because fuck that guy. But yeah, I've got Yak in the background taping Glens. It's hilarious. He's so proud. I'm proud of him. But I'm gonna bring on this fellow that we've missed so dearly. He's,
The thing is, you don't release these in order, so no one's gonna know that he's been missing.
I do. This will be.
Yeah, there's been a couple that I've not been.
It's been like 4 that he hasn't been in.
Bro.
But I'm back.
He's back. He's back, baby. Bringing on the beautiful Jack and the bottle. My man. How are you?
Good to be back.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
Yeah.
I've missed you.
Miss you too.
Yeah,
Everything been well? Like everything good?
Yeah, well, busy, but you know, getting there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And Yak's still taping and cleaning.
I've
So
been taking some Glens hostage. Get over here.
the Glens are looking like me in my first Whiskefy video. Let me tell you,
Gateau and gross.
my man. Hello.
Hello.
Also, like, again, thank you for wearing me tonight.
That's okay.
Give him a spin.
I'm gonna leave that. Surprised Diana didn't tell the same thing to you. Thank you for wearing me tonight. That was great. I'm so glad.
Keep going.
She doesn't watch these. Yeah, really?
So, today, this time,
Tomorrow.
we're drinking.
Ooh, fuck, that nearly went.
The last time I did that, the cork almost came off. Yeah, we
Really?
did the poor man's Shakespeare, and yeah, the cork almost came off. It like inched itself out, and I was like, that was not a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ. I want you to break a bottle, and I want it to be an expensive one.
It'll probably be this.
Yeah.
Not this time, actually.
That wasn't expensive.
It's
Well,
got
that
quite a
was.
thin bottom as well.
It does.
Yeah.
Thin bottom.
Like Jack.
Like Yak.
I said Jack.
Fucking third birthday.
He's got some emotional issues going on. I will show you guys this though. This is a bottle of
Keep
Elijah
forgetting your
Craig.
fucking glass.
I know. This better be funny. There we go.
Slippery.
Slippery boy.
Slippery Nick. Fuck Nick. Let's get Jeremy drunk. There we go. That's plenty for you tonight.
Jeez.
Big.
Big.
There you go.
I'm gonna work later, so I'm going responsible.
Hard.
I love it. Small.
So I'm going to stop the video right here. Now, I have the funniest piece of information for you. Jacob fell asleep. He said he had to work in a few hours, which was from filming at 2 a.m. He fell asleep, missed the meeting. He's not going to tell you that, but I will. It is the funniest thing. He did get his ass kicked, and ask him who he works for, and he'll probably tell you it's the NBA. It's classic.
Fucking hell.
You're
Fucking any day.
Look at that. This is responsible service, people. Elijah Craig barrel proof C922. Does not get any bigger than this. 124.8 proof or 62.4% ABV. It is 12 years old, as depicted on the side of the bottle. Not available in Australia, but you typically see them for about $300 because everyone's importing them. But the recommended retail in the US is about $60. New Child American Oak and 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley.
Oh, really? Set the mash bill for heaven.
Mm.
Oh, fuck. I didn't realise that there was reverse on that.
What?
I didn't realise it was reversed. Like,
What do you mean reversed?
as in, like, normally the malted barley's a lower percentage, whereas normally the
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the main secondary grain.
Someone else does that as well. Maybe Wild Turkey?
What the heck? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like it's odd the way they do it. You right?
Does that count as a spill or not?
I don't know. I'd
When
call
you
it
definitely
a
spilled
goop.
Huh?
You definitely spilled.
No, I didn't spill anything. I believe it.
That's
three
pretty good.
three in a row that I haven't spilled. 3 of 11.
Look at that.
3 of 11. Yeah, it's like,
That, I was like, I've got to
hold
say it
on.
now. I've got to say it now.
hold on now. These numbers sound oddly familiar.
Beautiful.
But dropping in September 2022, this batch just took out Best Small Batch at the World Whiskey Awards for 2023. Obviously, it just made the cut for World Whiskey Awards because it's released in 2022. Is what it is. This was the 3rd release of the year and the highest proof from Heaven Hill. Elijah Craig small batch is pretty standard though. It's just 12 years old. Oh, sorry, Elijah Craig small batch barrel proof. It's pretty standard. It's just like 12 years old, just different blends of barrels that they pick from the warehouse. It doesn't get any more basic than that. But it still is.
The ones have just released in the US of them over there.
The ones.
The A123.
Oh,
A123s,
yeah.
I like that it's A123.
A123 for Larceny and A123 for Elijah Craig. They dropped a few weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago.
And then the new Weedy Boys, they dropped.
The Bernheim.
So the Bernheim, like, if you go do the distillery experience, you can bottle your own Bernheim barrel proof, which is cool.
I mean, it's still nice to see C922 in Australia. Normally, for context, we always get like A120 suddenly appear in
Randomly.
Yeah, like a
And it's-
19 popped up the other day. I'm like,
And it's always the ones from that year that weren't
shit. Yeah,
the favourites.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is like still super tight.
obviously, like fresh
fresh
track.
track,
Yak's pretty much moved through his entire bottle.
It's been shared excessively.
No, he just drinks on his own.
He's got a bit of a problem. It's Alcoholics
No,
Anonymous.
we do shit.
we do.
Share what?
We share a little too much.
Drinks.
Thanks. Yeah, but super dense. It's got this like really heavy oak note on it.
A lot of tobacco, a lot of
Tobacco.
leather is
Okay.
like
I get some clove.
You do get the proof as well. You get that like burn
Yeah.
as if you get too close to it.
a brown sugary note there as well.
Yeah, like maple syrup, like just thick. Like it's.
Actually, less brown sugar, more raw sugar.
You want to go raw sugar? Oh yeah, okay. Like I get that unrefined.
Yeah,
Kinda-
it's
is
got
that-
that. You don't have that added molasses excessiveness on
okay.
it. It's got that
Yeah.
like green note to this overly sweet sugar.
You're breaking that down as I'm nosing it, and that like it makes sense. It clicks. So I'm all for
But
that.
there's plenty of leather. You get that tobacco leaf note. You get a bit of
Big
clove.
oak. You got plenty of oak on it. It is tight. Like it's dense.
Obviously.
I mean, it's fresh crack, but I remember this even not off the fresh crack being quite dense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Elijah Craig barrel proof, so it's going to be
dense.
Big.
just big. Yeah.
A chonker.
Yeah. Maybe a slight.
Could call it Mr. 105.
Good.
Good. Call it Mr. 105.
Because it's a chonker.
It's a chonker.
I was going to say maybe a little bit of like cherry, but then I'm like, it's that. It just feels more.
I was
Dumb.
thinking that as well, but like dark chocolate covered black cherries, like not or your red cherry, but you
Like
know,
a
your black
cherry
cherries.
ripe? Are we talking like
Yeah, like that. We don't like remove the coconut from
Yeah.
the cherry ripe,
Yeah.
and it's just that dark chocolate and that darker cherry note.
It's like when you get like a black forest gateau and you get that like
Yes.
chocolate cake, and
Yes,
then you
yes,
get the
yeah,
cherries
yeah,
on top,
yeah.
and it sits, and then you get it, and it's like the chocolatey cherry there as well. But
the only kind of like Black Forest note I get out of whiskey is Starwood Nova.
you all right?
I didn't know where you were going then,
Yeah,
and I was
like-
very concerned what was about to come out of your mouth.
No, don't be. It's fine.
It's got a decent length, decent finish,
Talk it up.
but
I'll give it medium finish, maybe medium finish-ish.
it's just
I think it's better.
black peppery spice on the.
It's massive. Like it's just it does taste.
It's huge.
It just tastes. Yeah, I'm describing weird notes. But yeah, like it's a little bit of caramel there, maybe a slight bit of vanilla at the back end of it. But then, like I said, it's plenty of oak, plenty of spice. Black pepper is the main note of like the mouthfeel of it.
Yeah.
Tingles the tongue a little bit, gives you a little bit of the old
Kentucky hug.
Kentucky hug. There's that there, which is nice. I just think I don't think it's overly complex,
No.
No.
but I think what's there is
good.
It's got
Super tasty.
Makes a great old fashioned.
Oh,
Makes a fucking big old fashioned a great old fashioned.
I want to put this in like Eagle Rare territory. Like I get all the same notes out of Eagle Rare.
Fucking different distillers, distillers,
I
different
get way more cherry. I
proofs.
just get cherry and Eagle Rare. And I don't get a fruitiness in that. I really. Maybe get again stretch into that dark chocolate covered maybe like some sort of fruit or stewed. But like it to me there's more. It's just like classic, very confined to like what I'd put kind of maybe even a slight nuttiness on the back end. Like not peanut, but like what I would get in some Heaven Hills where you get like that like walnutty maybe or some like.
I was gonna say like. My first thought was I was gonna say like hazelnut, but not quite hazelnut.
Hazelnut's probably a good shout. Like just like some nuttiness that goes with the oak on the finish of it.
I think you're spot on with that walnut note though, because like on that back palate, I'm getting like that waxiness from like walnuts.
Yeah, but just something there, like because I thought it was just gonna be all oak on the finish, and there is plenty of it, but there's something else in there that just keeps it
interesting.
Yeah. But it just stops it being like too tannic or too dry, like it just keeps it a bit more.
Did you want to try this against something else or run it as is?
The only thing we have like direct comparison is the pick.
Which is a 11 and a bit year pick.
Yeah. Which is like close enough, and then we'd just be talking about like how they are different. And then it's like and then I don't really have anything else you can put it up against.
You know any other Heaven Hill stuff?
Like I do.
No,
like it's all.
Yeah, because
It's just so big, and it's hard to find something that'll have the same flavor profile. Like I said, Eagle Rare would be the closest I'd put it to because it's like leather, tobacco.
It weirdly has almost as bad as it sounds. Some of those notes that you get on those bad Jack picks. With that almost dry eraser note on the nose.
it's just got that sharpness to it. Like there's a like if you catch it at the right,
I know what you're talking about.
catch it at the right angle, it smells great. Like it smells just like a high proof, good quality bourbon. But get a bit closer, you catch it the wrong bit, you get that like hit of what feels like proof in the nose. Like it feels like a sharper edge to it.
Yeah.
There's a word for it, and it escapes me. It's that eraser note.
No, it's gone.
I like permanent marker.
Like permanent marker.
Just the dry eraser, like the whiteboard one.
Just like that, like inky.
There's an actual word they use for it. I just can't remember what it is. I'm not even gonna add it in. I don't care.
It's interesting though. Like again, I don't remember mine being as dense packed, but again, mine's been open since we all got them. So it does open up a bit.
But even as you're drinking it, like that initial drink, you're a bit like, fuck, like because it gives you that, that burn. Yeah, it hits you, and then you adjust to it, and then like to me, as you go through it, like this second or third sip, I'm getting more from it. Like it feels a little bit more subtle than it did the first time around.
Yeah.
Where the caramel's probably a little bit more pronounced, feels a bit sweeter, and then maybe that nuttiness is coming through probably a little bit more on the finish for me. But
I weirdly get this almost like Thai chili note to it as well, like the sweetness of a Thai chili, if that makes sense. Like not the spice that comes with the Thai chili, but the sweetness. Yeah. It's a weird. I don't know. It just reminds me of something. Same as that black pepper that's coming through. It reminds me of like Thai dishes. Weirdly.
I think like once your palate goes from like tasting something new to like totally fucked because you've been hitting this, what did we 62.4. It kind of just goes to like that. What did you say? Raw sugar sweetness, and that's really all it is. Like once you get your oak, and then like it's just that 2-layer on it, and then that's it. Yeah. So
it's more savoury than I think you'd expect, which is weird saying for a bourbon because bourbons aren't savoury.
Yeah,
they're always sweet.
Yeah,
it's not that like the caramel where it's not like. Because it reminds me of it where it's not like super sickly. Like it's kind of that like a bit more. I don't know, towards that like mapley and like kind of note to it.
That earthy.
Yeah, a bit more like that. But I can see why, because it made quite a few Whiskey of the Year lists.
Yeah, it did.
And obviously won some best small batch, which.
So. We're headed to like the end, and I'll stop you there. as we reach the end, do you guys think this deserves the best small batch of the year?
I mean, the thing we've got is like for us, like whenever this lands, this is always 300-ish.
Yeah.
And a 300-ish, a bit like is high.
Yeah.
Because again, like knowing that I've had Elijah Craig barrel proofs that are just hot messes.
Yeah.
But then I've had ones that are great. Like this one's a good one. So for 300, you're like, well, it's a risk. Like, but if I lived in the US and I'm paying $60 a bottle, I'd probably buy it every release because if I can get it, because $60 is crazy for that.
I think we paid maybe 80 or 90 coming out of Hawaii.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like for a barrel proof 12-year-old whiskey from Heaven Hill, like you're not finding. There's not many comparable whiskies at that price.
And age stated is like an actual age stated 12.
12-year barrel proof. Like who's doing that? Like there's not many.
No.
William LaRue Weller, but that's even harder to get than that.
5 times as much.
And then 5 times
like
as
the
much.
recommended retail for that's 99, but this is 60. And then to try and find it secondary, you're looking at Australia 1800 plus, depending on the year. And again, 300. Comparing those two, that's a fucking buy.
Yeah. So I'm like, so in that context, like if it's 60, I'm like, I can't. I mean, knowing what I know of the US market, I can't think of a better
Buy.
Well, yeah, or like a better product that would be considered small batch. Because I can't think of many that are that high proof, that high age dated.
Yeah.
And still producing as good a whiskey as that is.
Yeah, not at like 12 years. It was like you start talking about small batch and I'm like, oh yeah, Wilderness Trail, but even so, that's still young,
completely
high
different
proof, but
completely different feel and approach. Like they're sweeter and easier to drink, but I don't think that makes them better. I fucking love Wilderness Trail.
Yeah.
But like, again,
like sweeter and easier to drink. Oh, sorry, like even sweeter is easier to drink though.
yeah.
Like,
This does present a bit of a challenge, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
No.
Again, I'm getting heaps more clove and black pepper on the nose.
Okay. Like hitting it from like a proof perspective, if I was going to feed that to Nan, she'd be like, Jez, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to kill me?
Yeah, no, fair enough. Like, again, this is over 60. 60 is a big thing for most people to try and hit.
Then you're starting to add...
I don't know if I'd give it best small batch, though. I think there's other products that could be seen as better small batch.
I think it depends what you want from it, right? Like
yeah,
if you want
it does.
better flavour profile, like a more complex, more diverse. This is probably not it, because it's very... What it does well, but it doesn't do many things beyond that. And it is quite... Like, if you don't like high-proof bourbons, you're going to hate that. Because it's a classic. Just it's got the proof feel, it's got the mouth feel.
It's got that rough, dry eraser, permanent marker nose. It's giving me like the nose is actually changing. Like it's gone from that clove and black pepper now to more cardamom on the nose.
Try again.
Yeah, it's actually the dry glass. Yeah, I mean like cardamom now.
Yeah,
it's evolving, and it obviously will with
time and as we hit it.
Because best small batch to me it has to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like if it was like best whiskey of the year, I'm like no. And the fact it appeared on best whiskey list, I'm like I don't know if it should be, because for me it wouldn't be.
But it's so I don't think like for me anything that is like small batch shouldn't actually make the list, because it's like it's so limited to a point where it's not a core release, so like not everyone can get it.
Yeah, but like if you're looking at best whiskies of the year, then obviously you've got to take in your single barrels, your small batch,
BTACs and your high end such.
Because like BTAC's more limited than that.
Yeah.
And again, like every year, the Weller,
which is the
GTS
joke.
Oh, I fucking love them though. Like every year when we go to Webster's to have them, they're fucking delicious.
They're great, yes, but do they deserve? Like, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing.
Again, that's why those lists need to be blind, and again, some don't do blind.
Some get paid off allegedly. For me, I don't think it deserves best small batch. I think it could be a lot better.
Yep.
But
I think it offers a lot for the price.
It does. It does offer a lot. Not for us. Like $300, I can definitely diversify my funds. Where was our Wild Turkey? 12-year.
Oh, it was in
120.
Yeah.
Like that would have taken out.
But that were literally in like Bourbon Junkies put it top 4 like of theirs for the year. Like,
yeah.
I I don't think Minik did it, but Bourbon Night did. I think they put it high. Like, there's a few people that have put
Yeah.
that high as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So like, I think they'd blow that out of the water all day.
Again, it comes down to like proof.
100%.
Yeah.
Comes down to
Because
that as well. Yeah.
the other night I had
2.4%.
the pick of this, and I followed it up with the 12 year,
Yeah.
and the 12 year just didn't sit there because you've come off the back of something
Yeah,
big.
it's not
Big,
massive.
yeah.
Yeah. And again, like, this is because I've got a bottle of this and I've just not cracked it yet. And I just, like, for me, it's always one of them, like, how often would I go to it? Like, on a
Yeah.
weeknight, I'm like, oh, I want a whiskey. Do I want
That.
something that big? Probably not. Like,
No. No, this is
but-
something like you give to someone that hasn't tried it before,
Yeah.
and you're like, you want
Yeah.
something big?
Yeah.
It's a,
Fucking
it's
get
a
it
Friday
in.
night and you're
Yeah.
and you can have a pot, like, yeah, for
Fucking
sure.
oath.
Yeah. Or, let's say you're going to make a fancy old fashioned, because I'm imagining make a great old
It makes a
fashioned.
great old fashioned. You
Um,
go in with the 2.5 to 1 syrup, like a very rich simple syrup,
Yeah.
black walnut bitters,
But just at, like,
orange bitters.
just keep coming back to that $60 mark. Like, it's at $60, I'd buy every other release because it's $60.
Well, at the 90, say
So
$100
cheap.
equivalent that we paid. No,
Yeah.
what was it? No, sorry. 90
120.
US, 120 plus 15, 135.
Even if we're sitting at 135, 150, 150 all day.
That's a great. That's at 150. You're not getting. The only thing I'd probably say high proof wise that's better in that bracket is Red Breed.
Oh, red breed slaps.
And Red Breed's different again, but
Yeah.
again, it's
7,
high,
9,
it's
and
high, it's
12,
high,
isn't it?
high proof in that
Yeah,
price bracket of 100. So.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
fair enough.
So yeah,
So, sip, shoot, or sing, James?
I'm a sipper. Like, it's hard because like my context is obviously paying 135 or whatever it was. So I'm like, yeah, I'd pay that same price again. Would I pay 300 though? No, then I'd go shoot.
100%. Yeah, $60 or what we paid for our bottles.
Yeah.
I'd sip all day long. Yeah, 100%. $300 on a shoot.
I think we were like $130 on the top end.
I mean,
just
that's-
converted.
Yeah.
Buy
But it's
every-
nothing. Yeah.
every day.
Um, But yeah, okay. So for the US market, it's definitely a sip for us. But anything higher, $300 is nuts. I really want to know where everyone's getting their pricing from for $300.
I think it's just the pricing that people like. Whenever they've come in, they've always sold for 300.
Yeah.
So when they come in, everyone's like, "Oh, 300, they'll sell," and they do, and they always do
And they
sell.
always sell.
Yeah.
But again, like, you know how many stags do you know? But like
Yeah, I
stags, the same. Stags are 300 as well.
I forgot how to stack.
320, 350.
But they're creeping up now.
Yeah, I know.
They're getting up to 500.
Like what? When you compare those,
Fuck off.
when you're looking at your
Good batch.
blatant straight from the barrels, they're now at that 255. Again, not as high. Other big players in that same space.
Shit. I should have
Last
got in the game earlier. Oh yeah, last night 400.
500.
500. Sorry, yeah.
But then
Actually,
you chuck
that
in
price
Jack
dropped.
Daniels,
Yeah.
and that's at 165 to 190, depending on who the importer is.
Yeah.
That's
Jack Daniels, 1920. Chuck that in there.
1920. Yeah.
Well, actually, like props to Honey Barrel for bringing in Larceny relatively cheap.
Yeah.
Because what I think it was $350.
Again,
Yeah.
that's sitting in that same thing, and we're just complaining. We were just complaining about that being at 300.
Yeah.
Again, like not that, like, yeah,
I just think it's the norm now, right? Like,
yeah, it is.
like gone are the days where you can get that for 200. You're gonna pay 300 at least.
Yeah.
And it's just worse. Like, don't get me wrong. There's absolutely worse bottles to buy for $300 in Australia than that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What?
it's
Any
still-
bottles you'd kind of say like Starwood Forters?
I mean, if you get 3 of them, I still won't buy. Yeah, I just think there's, it's a good
there's-
bottle.
yeah.
It's good. At $60, it's great. At $150, it's great. Maybe even at $200, it's great. It's probably good. 300 just feels a bit high.
There we go.
But again, it's never been designed to be $300, right? Like,
No.
it's never been they've designed it to be 60 or 150,
Yeah.
not 300. So,
They design it for $300 in like
Because 300
US, it'd be like 900 here.
but they never would. Like,
It's
it's
dumb.
just they
No.
create. They've obviously got a system that works. They sell it well. Like, it sells out places.
For it to
like,
be a 300 equivalent bottle here, it'd have to be a 120 to 140 US
Yeah.
bottle. There's no way they can charge that.
but like having all reasonably priced with a lot of that, like entry, not entry stuff, but their core stuff.
Yeah.
It's like fair play to
It's
them. Like,
definitely
it's
cool.
it's. I just wish we saw more of it.
Yep, agree.
Yeah. So, who distributes Seven Hill in Australia? Ember Beverages and someone else.
Split portfolio, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's so dumb. Oh.
Honestly, get Elijah Craig Barrel Proof in Australia for 200, 220. It sells out everywhere.
Oh.
Undercut Stag, I'll be buying it.
Oh, all day.
I'd buy it.
Undercut Blantons straight from the barrel, I'll be buying it.
Do it.
Done.
Do
I'll
it,
send this
do
video
it,
to...
do it,
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. And on that note, we're going to wrap this up. We're all sips, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. So great to have the boys back. It's
Good to be back.
3 J's.
absolutely marvellous, and we all know Jazz are trouble. So for that, we're grateful. Jack and the bottle. I am Jazz, and that is Yak and the bottle. Across the lane, people. Stay thirsty. Peace.
Peace. He's not done a good job.
I love it. I love like the hood vibe we're giving it.
I've got one job!
I'm not even doing it right. You need a fucking like brown paper bag. Just fucking sipping out of it.
For Yak or for the Glens?
For both. Yeah, why not?
All of the above.
Oh, I love it. Cameras are on, by the way, gents.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the seams.
For an episode that you will probably never see. Because Jeremy has a bad habit of never releasing these ones.
No, the fucking... Oh, I'm going to order my new computer when I get paid out for my lease company. But that's a whole other thing.
From your ex-company?
Lease company.
Oh.
Yeah.